What up, DMT in the house? What up, River? What up, Travis? Oh, man. What up, Corey? What up, David? What's going on, everybody? My mouth is super dry for some reason. What up, Yama? What up, Sunder Fist? What up, Philip? Mike? Stone Temple Pothead? That's a good name. I got 5 on it. What up, James? What up, Manti? What up, Dr. 420? What up, Just G? GT, thank you for the great content. Just going back and seeing all your stuff. Hey, thanks, Yama. Got some beans coming soon, man. I got lots coming soon. I'll have 3 completely new exotic bird food lines ready at the exact same time. It's gonna be so much work. How's the snowstorm? I think we ended up with 12 inches where I am, and then there's like a half-inch layer of ice under it, and then there's 12 inches on top of it. What up, old fashioned? What's up, Grodo? Graham Barker missed it again. We're live right now, baby. You didn't miss nothing. What up, Frank Dog? What up, Ferris? What up? All right, I said Philip. What up, Disco Diva? We all love your content. Thank you for everything. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. What up, Brian? Dude, did so much work in the room today. 74 in Arizona. All right, where's the band hammer? What up, SS? Dude, we changed. I was working in the grow room. The grow room's really hot. So the grow room is around 85 degrees because it's sealed, it's insulated, and I exhaust all the tents just right back into the same room. So it all just regurgitates all the same air from all the different tents after it goes through the carbon filter systems. Well, then the snakes are all in there, and they're all on that whole tower of snakes is full of heating units. And then the incubator system, it's got a heating unit. The whole back wall of it is a heating unit. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tents in there. They're all really big. So it's around 85 degrees in that room while I was just working my freaking ass off inside that room all day today. I spent probably a good 8 hours in that room today because I changed out all of the I cleaned all the snakes tubs. So you take them out, you dump all the old. They actually live on coconut husks, so they live on cocoa. So I'm not growing plants in cocoa, but I'm growing snakes in cocoa. But I changed all those out, and then I had to take them and individually wash them each with Dawn soap and stuff, and then dry them out, and then put them back. Put the cocoa, put a new layer of cocoa down in there. Put their water bowls in, new water in there, and then put the snakes back in there. And that took a few hours. And then I was messing with the big mothers because if you looked on my Instagram, I got pictures of all the new the feminized pollen sites that are coming in. There's a lot of work in the grow room today. 68 in North Carolina, another band. GT, is there such thing as too low humidity in the grow room? Yeah, if you ever watch those episodes where you see me taking the hammer and smashing the hygrometers, that's just for people that grow in normal environments. Like in the wintertime, you can get the humidity can get really, really low, and because the air is so dry in these colder regions. I don't really have that problem because my room is sealed and insulated, so it holds all the humidity in there really, really well. So the room, even in the wintertime, because it's sealed up so well, maintains around 50 relative humidity throughout the year. Goes up to like 60 in the summertime, but it doesn't really go any lower or higher than that. So it stays pretty controlled. But if you get towards the extremes, towards where it's too low of humidity, it'll evaporate the water out of the plant and out of the soil faster, which means you're going to have to water more often, which will lead you to overwatering. So if you get too low, where you're having to water way too often, that's the kind of time where you will introduce humidifiers into your, your grow operation. Cheers, folks. Grown Bruce banner, week 6, flower. Leaves turning purple, which never have. These are clones, which I usually just use exotic bird food. If the leaves are turning purple, could just be strain or genetic dependent. Generally, especially since you're in week 6 flower, that is when the fade starts. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Plus, I mean, you only got 2 weeks left. Who cares? You'll be fine. I would imagine that's just the fade starting. Hey, GT. Oh, I missed some questions. Hold on. Just started new round of exotic bird food and root riot cubes. So far, so good. Wish me luck. Plan to get some mothers from these beans. Awesome. Just tired up GT and watched videos. Listen to GT tell you and hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I didn't even hit the like button on my own video yet. There we go. I'm like number 33 on my video. Hey GT, I just topped my plants for the last time before flower. Some bud sites were a bit premature. Should I go down one more node to where the bud sites are proper size, topping 3 to 4 like this? Nah, just let them go, man. You're on the week before flower, so give them 7 days of rest, then flip them to flower. You'll be just fine. Can you turn a clone into a mother? Of course, because the clone is just an exact copy of the plant that you had. That's actually how most of my mothers come to be. I find a phenotype that I really like. I like the stem thickness. I like the bud stacking. I like the frostiness of it. I like the way it grows. I like how resilient it is. All these different factors that go into my mothers. And as soon as I find that, I don't ever let that go unless I'm trying to stabilize it further down the genetic line. But I will take and I will grow those mothers out. And if you've seen my mothers, I've got 3 of them that fill up an entire 4x8, so they are gigantic. And once they get too big for the tent, I actually take a bunch of clones from it that I'm going to turn one of them into a mother. And then over the course of the next year, I usually don't keep my mothers longer than a year because they get too big. You can only give them so many haircuts with the trimming shears before they just start getting too wide. Like, as I said, I've got 3 plants that fill up an entire 4x8, the entire thing. And eventually it just gets to be too much. So you cut them down, take a clone from it, and then just make a new mother out of one of those clones and grow the rest out and flower them. But you can do that over and over and over and over again, and you will never have any problems with it. GT, how do you train plants for a single cola in Sea of Greens? Well, you won't train them at all. So whenever I'm going to do Seas of Green, I actually have one going right now. I don't know if I have a picture of that on my Instagram or not. I think I do. Whenever you're going to do Seas of Greens, you're going to have to use photo periods. I will give them a 4-week seedling stage under a 25-watt light. I will then put them into veg. I only keep them in veg for like a week and a half, and then I flip them to flower. And to get one cola, that's all you're aiming for, is them to make just one. You want them to concentrate all their energy into one cola. So you will skim off anything around the bottom of the stem and just go for one straight cola right on the top. So anything that branches out on the bottom, shave that off. And you don't do any training because you're just trying to get one cola in a sea of green. And that's why you run multiple plants, because it shortens up the veg time. It increases your workload, but it shortens your veg time. So you don't have to worry about long veggies. So you're compensating with many plants. Where are my questions at? What up, GT? Will your beans be available on that site? Yes, eventually. But my patrons always get them first for free. And then, any of my VIP patrons, they get them all absolutely free. But if you live outside of the country, I don't do that. But you can find them on that website that you are talking about. And they ship them worldwide. Touch more expensive, but what are you going to do? Growing 3-star range, forgot which one is which. How do you check? It's impossible. You can't. That's why you have to be so careful whenever you're transplanting. Make sure you move your little sign to go to the new pot. Otherwise, it is impossible once you've already grown them and you've lost which one was which. Unless you were doing something where, one strain always stays green and the other one was like Granddaddy Purple. When you got to the end, you would see which one was purple and which one stayed green and then faded to yellow, whereas one stays green and fades to purple. You would know this one over here is the Granddaddy Purple and this one over here is the normal. Or if you had something where you were growing something like Fruity Pebbles and then Sour Diesel, you would know this one over here smells like an old gas station and this one over here smells like candy. That would be another way you would be able to tell. Good evening. What is your favorite cultivar? My favorite cultivar is Purple Frost Giant by me, so I would be my favorite breeder. Thanks for the content. That's a biased question. Other than that, I would have to say my favorite new thing would probably be by Ethos and Early Lemonberry because of how it rainbow fades. And it smells like pink lemonade. Like it smells like a big bag of candy. It's nowhere near the punch that I like in like my sour diesels and stuff like that and white widows, but it smells so amazing. Like whenever I like show it to people, I'm like, put your face in this bag. And they're like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? I want to live in this bag forever. And that's the kind of reaction it has because it just smells so off the wall from anything you've ever smelled before. But they're usually sold out of it because of yours truly and how pretty the plants look whenever I grew them out. They're like, hey man, next time you're going to do that and break our sales records worldwide, go ahead and let us know first so we can stock up because I sold them out nationwide. Hope everyone's having a good night. Hell yeah. What up, Hoobie? What up, Corey? Are Remo nutrients any good? They're fantastic. They're all fantastic, though. So GT don't like his own vids. Hey, man, it happens that way sometimes. I liked it now. I liked it. But still, we got 108 people in here. We only got 54 likes, so I'm not talking no more. My day has been filled with cleaning snake cages, messing with plants, and looking for French bulldog puppies online all day. So it wasn't a bad snow day. It's pretty fun. We played some Call of Duty earlier that we streamed too. Got a dub. So it's not been too bad of a day. What up, GT? Come play some Rebirth, man. I fucking love Rebirth. I was playing some earlier, but if I play that, then I gotta hop off the growing channel because the grow people don't like it when I stream the video games. Woo! Well, made it to live. Yo, GT. Hey, what up, Dennis? GT, what do you do? What do you use for IPM? My IPM management is super, super simple. I dry out my soil, and you will find that you will solve 90% of your bug problems. As long as you don't overwater, you will solve 90% of your bug problems if you just dry out your media. Because whenever you dry it off, get rid of all that dampness in there, all the fungus gnats and their eggs and shit. The fungus gnats leave, and then the eggs die because they don't have any moisture. So you can solve most of your problems right there by just drying out your soil. The other is I use diatomaceous earth. And every time I transplant, I top dress diatomaceous earth into the top 2 inches of the soil to keep them from ever coming back. So that is pretty much the extent of my IPM. I don't usually, actually, I don't ever have bug problems. My snake enclosures, on the other hand, fungus gnats everywhere. I don't know what it is because you got to keep the humidity up so much higher in the snake tubs. And with that cocoa, fungus gnats. You can actually see it. I got the little yellow sticky traps hanging over there. Nothing in my tents, which is saying something because they're right next door to each other and no fungus gnats in there. But in the fucking snake, I am going to figure out. I'm gonna start top dressing their goddamn cocoa with my fucking diatomaceous earth. Chicken feed. How much par do you give your girls the last 3 weeks of flower, and how high do you raise or dim the light? T-Money. I've never checked par, PPFD, VPT. I've never checked any of that shit in my life, and y'all see how my plants turn out better than, I don't know, 99% of other people that grow on YouTube. I don't use any of that stuff. I keep my lights at the top of the tent unless I'm using T5s, then I keep them 30 inches away from the top of the canopy. But my LEDs or HPS or MH, those stay all the way at the top of the tent and they never move. I run them on a progressive light schedule. Weeks 1 through 3 of veg, they are at 25% power. Weeks 4 of flower through 2, or weeks 4 of veg through 2 of flower, they are at 50% power. No matter how long that is, I keep them at 50% power. So if I've got a 6-week veg, that means they're going to be on 50% power weeks 4, weeks 5, week 6 of veg, and then weeks 1, 2, and weeks 1 and 2 of flower. So weeks 4 veg through 2 flower, they're at 50%. Weeks 3 of flower through week 5 of flower, they are at 75%. And then week 6 of flower through 8, they were at 100%. I run them on a progressive, so as the plant gets bigger, they get more light. Pamela, if I become a VIP, how many? Hey, Pamela, send me an email. We don't like to talk too much about that kind of stuff on here. Only ran auto so far on 3rd run and loving it. Awesome, Ferris. I'm happy to hear it, but I tell you what, you'll be happier whenever you finally switch to photos. That's why I ain't got no auto flower exotic bird food sponsors because I always am mean about them. GT got copper spots in week 4 or 5 flower auto in BioBiz using Floraflex or Flora feed, water feed in 2.5 by 2.5 under 600 VS light at 50%. So whenever you get those copper spots in week 3 or 4, you need to up your PK. Those are PK deficiencies that are starting to show up. And to be honest, they are about the beginning stages of the fade. And you won't ever get rid of them, but you can hold them off from getting too much. Whenever I start to get them, that's usually my sign whenever I will hit them with a PK booster like this right here. I just happen to have Cool Bloom. It's almost like we had that question set up, Graham. But I will grab something like this and I will give them, if I had the liquid version, I'd give them 1 to 2 milliliters. If I have this powdered version, which is a little bit more concentrated, I give them a half teaspoon in a 20-liter bottle, and I pour that bottle, make sure this lid's on before I dump this over my lap, and I will pour that 20-ounce bottle directly into the plant that is affected. Indica Moon coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much, Indica Moon. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Fucking top chat, piece of shit. All right, we bumped it up to 87 likes. I like it. Thank you. Much appreciated. Hello, the Med Shed. We're PFG regular fem. They are feminized. PFG were feminized. Giant Purple Monster were feminized. Pineapple Upside Down Cake were regulars. JCKs, Jetta Council Kush were regs. Purple Frost Giant Generation 2, Cherry Atomic Sledgehammer, and Sour Grape Rock Candy, which are all coming up next. Those will all be feminized. Yeah, bubblegum was one of my favorite ones to grow. That was one of the first ones I grew with. Wife was like, "You can grow that. That smells fine. The other shit stinks." Because she was used to me growing like real dank, like diesely gassy stuff, and she hates that smell. She likes edibles like gummy bears and shit. She hates flour. I paid for those original early lemon berry beans. You're welcome, GT. You did, Brady. You know, it was funny is I just happened to, I was looking, you were like, pick a set of beans out and I'll send them to you. And I was like, cool. And I had never grown from Ethos. And I just sat there and looked through their catalog. I was like, oh, these look pretty cool. And that's what I asked for. And when I got sent to them, dude, I had no idea they were going to rainbow fade. They were freaking purple, red, pink, orange, yellow, green. They were everything all at the same time. Krusty Fish coming in with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Krusty. Much, much appreciated. In the perfect scenario, how long from your first top until your second top? It's hard to say because it would depend on what I was trying to accomplish with the plant. Should I bust out the fucking chalkboard? Class is in session, bitches. Sorry, I'm pretty high. There we go. Bam. So, depending on what I was trying to do. So, let me get my. Oh, the Princess GT's been in here. My markers are super dried out. Damn it, Princess GT. That one ain't gonna work. That one's trash. That was the green one, Princess GT. Why you ruin that one? I use that one the most. So, I've got my plant. Okay, the blue still looks good. All right. This is not to scale. So, if I have my plant, okay, let's get it out of the light. If I have my plant, let's stand up like this. Come on, let's get this somewhere. So if I have my plant and it looks like this, and I top this one right here, what you'll notice is it brings the rest of this all in line. So now, Ferris coming in with the $5 super chat. Love Ethos, OG Kush. Hey, thanks for the $5 super chat. What you'll notice is this is going to speed up the rate at which I top. So if I top this one and took this off, and you notice it brings the rest of this in line, this is my new top level of the plant. And it has also made a nice flat canopy to where I am instantly going to top here. Well, I'm going to film here. I'm going to film here. And I'm going to film here instantly the same day. Where'd my paper go? There it is. Hold on. Oh, don't fall. All right. So now, that will shorten the amount by a lot on how fast I am going to top. Now, on another scenario, no, that is not straight at all. Somebody did a little low stress training and wire tied that right there. So in another scenario, I've got my one here. I've got one here. I've got my tops going down here because we never just have sticks. It's hard to draw stars upside down. And let's say this is what the plant shape I have now. And I'm going to film this one, and I'm going to let this one go because I want this one to catch up to the rest of the canopy. So I am going to film these. I'm going to wait. Fucking the 7. I'm going to wait. That looks terrible. I'm going to wait 7 days, and then I am going to come back. And hopefully in that 7 days, this one, since I didn't touch it, is going to be up at this level with the rest. And as soon as see how we've got this flat canopy again? This is what we're trying to do with all the branches every single time we are training, any kind of training. Our goal is to get the plant as wide as possible and as even as possible, because the faster we get it to this, where we're as wide as the bucket, and we have all the tops at the same level, that means they all start getting the same amount of light. That means they all start growing at the same rate. And once we get these to start growing at the same rate, all these other ones, every time we top, all these other ones start turning into their own branches every time we top. And this is how we get through veg faster. This is the reason I can get through veg in half the time as most people. All right, lesson over. Lesson over. Oh, man. What up, Tone G in the house? Snake buds. Dude, my chat. If I missed your question, I apologize during that whole thing, because the chat and then the top chat, it was all flipping back and forth. Hey, Mace! Thank you for the $5 super chat. Do your leaves ever turn down a bit for a couple days after light increase? Yeah, it's actually a pretty normal thing. Oh, let me bring this back up. It's actually a pretty normal thing. So if they go down, if they bring themselves down for a few days, max of like 3, if they bring themselves down where they'll taco down and then they'll lay down a little bit, they're just reducing their surface area from the new amount of light. If they are still doing that after a week, turn your light down. Don't go all the way back down to where we were, turn it about half. So instead of going up 25%, bring it down like 15%. But that's really normal. He draws perfect stick figure people. Man, I make some money making the little stick figure families for the back of cars. I'll admit, there are other channels that are more flashy. But this channel taught me the most. Straight up best channel to watch if you want to grow. Hey, thanks 12 Gauge, man. I appreciate it. I work really hard on my edits, so I am not very good with doing the camera and the panning shots and stuff like that, which is really aggravating me because I can't show my plants anymore. And that was one of the reasons that my channel grew like it did, is because I had the plants to back up all the shit I was talking. And now I can't show them without getting my channel hammered. And it's so I can't show my beautiful plants anymore. Unless you're on my Patreon, then you can still freaking see them. Or on my Instagram if you want to just do it the free route. Don't tell me you're done. I just got here. No, I was just done with the chalkboard lesson. I forgot my apple. Which one switched to mag sulfur at the start of week 4 flower? Cal mag ends at the end of week 3. Mag sulfur starts at the beginning of week 4. Yeah, Roy Boy, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever you're doing those seas of green, you get to shorten your veg time, but the amount of work you have to do expands. So you always got to think of veg time versus plant count like you're on a seesaw. So as your plant count goes up, your workload, or as your plant count goes up, your veg time will go down because you have more plants. They can get, they don't have to get as big to cover the same square footage. But as your plant count, and then the exact reverse is true. So as your plant count goes down, or as your, fuck, I'm way too high. Anyway, you know what I mean. Just reverse what I said the first time. I'm fucking. uh, how to get fatter stems? Um, well, one, you could grow in hydro if you want real fat stems. Two is, it's time. And then three is it has to do a lot with a lot of people, whenever they're looking to grow things, they look for stuff like, uh, color fade and stuff like that, and bud stacking, which I look for that stuff too. But one of the main things I look for is stem thickness and how fast the stems get bigger. Because if you have bigger stems, they can support bigger buds. And it's one thing that a lot of people that breed exotic bird food don't look for, but I do. It's one of my first things I'm looking for, actually. Hey, Grotan, I have way too much in product, thanks to you, of course. But I have this really strong desire to start another grow. Should I just chill the F out or go for it? I mean, hey, man, it's up to you. But I got like, what room do I have to talk? I got like 12 pounds sitting 2 floors below me. And I smoke out of these. These are what I take with me every day. Stop the bot killing. I'm here on their behalf. Oh, man, I can't do that. What up, GT? It's Pip314 on Instagram. Hey, what up, Frank? Hey, GT, can your feed schedule be shorter per se if you're going off newts? What? If your seed says flower time is 60 to 75 days, but you're not even at week 6 yet for feed, 60 days to me is February 19th. All right. I'm really high, but I'm not understanding the question. I don't know. I'll have to read that again. I don't know. Hey, GT, can your feed schedule be shorter per se if you're going off your newts, newites? I don't know. Newites. Newts. if your seed says flower time is 60, dude, those are just suggestions. Just give it 8 weeks of flower. Keep it simple. I don't care what that exotic bird food pack says. That's probably one of the bigger things I get from people. They're like, hey, this was supposed to be this much per square foot. I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of stuff they put on the package because it all depends on you. 3.5 weeks from, oh, I missed a question. Watering my tent full of ELB, I never get over how much they fatten up in the last 2 weeks. That and the smell is crazy. Like the first time I smelled it, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on in this tent? It smells like fucking candy. I thought somebody spilled the fucking, I thought, Princess GT got in there and left me a bunch of presents. 3.5 weeks from bean pop, went from solos to 7 gallons. Woo! That is a big jump. In 24 hours, leaf tissue turned yellow, veins still green. So did the yellowing start at the end of the leaf and run backwards? Or is it like tiger striped where the interveinal spaces, which is the spots in between those veins, have yellowed out and then there's like green tiger stripes all the way down the leaf? Which one is it? Because if it's the yellow spaces with the green tiger stripes, then you've given them too much light. But if it's yellow from the tip and then working its way back up, then it's too many nutrients. You have a new Patreon. Thank you, William Smith. That is much appreciated, sir. Hey, GT, my temps got really hot on a tent of seedlings. I was about to say, oh, who gives a fuck? But when you said seedlings, that's a big deal. Reckon about 50 C at times. Got it sorted out now. I was wondering, do I Sparta them? I don't know what 50 C is. And I'm Fahrenheit kind of guy. I'm very good at conversions. So if somebody could tell me, wait, where's my phone? It's in my pocket. There we go. We'll sort this out. What is 50 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit? 122. God damn, on seedlings. Personally, I'm throwing that shit out. That was fucking hot. That was impressive you got them that hot. All advice applies to healthy plants. Correct. Damn, GT cherry bubbly is not for me. You know, it's not for most people. I only drank water for about 15 years. I didn't drink a single other thing except for water. I drank a gallon of water every day for 15 years. And I didn't drink anything else. No soda, no juice, no coffee, no tea, no alcohol, no nothing. For 15 years, all I drank was water. And then these things started coming out. That's still cold. Is that good? I don't know. I'm not going to risk it. It smells good, though. And then seltzered waters came out. These things are just water with some flavoring, with a little bit of natural flavoring to them. So for somebody that has had no taste in anything that they drank for 15 years, these things taste amazing to me. So a very special, style. People are only going to like that stuff. Mm-hmm. What brand of diatomaceous earth? Oh, fuck. Dr. Earth, I believe it is. It's yellow bag. It's got little pictures of ants and spiders on it. Mm-hmm. How do I get those sour grape rock candy, bird seeds, or the purple frost jam? I don't know whichever we're talking about, but if you're in the USA, my VIP level Patreons get them absolutely free. If you are outside the US, you have to go to a couple sites. You could send me an email of places to carry them that ship worldwide. That's tothegrovetent@gmail.com is my email address. That's the number 2. So tothegrovetent@gmail.com. And if I don't respond to you in a few days, send it again. Are you going to the Cannafest in Chicago? I was going to go to the one that they were having in January. And now they've moved it to April, and I don't think I'm going to get to go. But I was going to go to the one in January. They canceled it like 2 weeks before it happened. Silica is fantastic. If you top dress with diatomaceous earth, it is mainly made of silica. So if you do pinch and snap training on it to make the stalks thicker, do you have to make the veg longer? Well, training has a plus minus. So will it slow the branches that you have affected with the training? It will slow those, but it will speed the others up. So it balances itself out. And they only become thicker at the parts where you work them. So it's not like it makes the training, it makes the whole branch thicker. You just get the knot where you did it. Hey, Grow Tent, what's that on your ceiling? I'm not looking up, motherfucker. Every time I read that, I just look over the name. I'm like, this motherfucker trying to punch me in the throat. You ain't getting me. Yo, GT, since you're such a fan of Dougie's, how do you keep the bat from getting all gunky? You soak them in bong cleaning fluid. So luckily, I do have about 100 of these, and I take the bats out, and then I just throw them in bong cleaning fluid, and it works really good to clean the whole thing out. And then I'm big GUN guy. I don't know if I can say that word on here. Big GUN guy. So then I just run pipe cleaners through there. But bong cleaning fluid works fantastic. I miss the don't listen to the internet approach you used to show the new Gromies. Yeah, man. You know, the thing is that a lot of the internet has really changed their information. Their tiger stripes, then that's too much light. Has really started to change their information on the kind of stuff, because you got to remember, the videos used to really be about watering and feeding every single day, lights as close as you can get them. And I mean, it's right on top of the stuff. And you don't really see that anymore. So the information is nowhere near as bad as it used to be, because everybody used to just parrot the exact same information. And I used to just sit there and look at it. It's like, wrong, wrong, wrong. Plants look like shit. Wrong. That's the reason I started the channel. Where'd you learn all your growing skills? It's actually from a guy named Jason. They call him the Grow Boss. He, years ago now, he taught me how to do this. There are so many different kinds of diatomaceous earth. Hold on. I think it's Dr. Earth. Hold on. Making me spell and shit. The brand is called Safer. There you go. And see, I told you it had all the pictures of the bugs and stuff on it. There you go. I changed the bag a little bit, but that's the one I run. Safer. Carmike, the stove, it says hit the like button, people. I like it. Is Happy Frog okay for flower? I didn't have Ocean Forest. It is, but it's, you got to remember, it's mainly made for a veg. So can you do it? Yes. Well, you will have to feed more though. Why don't you go live on Instagram so we can see the gals? For one, you can see the gals in the picture on Instagram. For two, they've been deleting the fuck out of some cannabis Instagram accounts lately. And it all seems to stem from people that are going live and smoking on their lives. And they deleted Koala Puff's channel. She had a fucking blue check mark next to her name and she got fucking deleted. They just did... who else? They did 420 Scenes fucking channel, delete. Who else did they get? They got a bunch of other people. So it's been very sketchy. I've been trying not to do too much over on Instagram, trying to fly under the fucking radar. Hey, what up, King Bait? VIP Patreons also get garden consults. Why not make your garden 100% colas like GT? Yeah, that is true. So any of the VIP tiers, that's actually what you're paying for with the VIP tiers, is any of the VIP tiers for $25 a month, which is cheaper than you can book a single 30-minute consult on my website. So you can book a single consult on my website for $29.99, or you could join the VIP program, get exotic birdseed. You can get merch that comes free after a few months with my designed logos and shit on it. You get all of my exotic birdseed for free. You get consults and it's all cheaper than the single consult that you get. And you get first dibs on all the merch and stuff coming out. Cal Davis says, from Rochester, New York, new grower, big fan. Hey, thank you, Cal. I appreciate it, man. What up, GT? You snowed into? Fuck yeah, man. We got like 12 inches of snow here. We have a 1/2 inch layer of ice, maybe a 3/4 inch layer of ice, and then we have 12 inches of snow on top of it. And it's so cold that like the rock salt and all that kind of stuff won't melt. And it was raining it was like 50 degrees and raining for like the day before it all came down. So they couldn't treat the roads. So they are fucked. Can you use mag sulfur once or twice in veg? No, it won't help out at all. It does not. It is not looking for the sulfur part in veg. It is only looking for that in flower, at the end of flower, whenever they're trying to bulk up the buds. Clean it with rubbing alcohol and salt. Oh, awesome. Dr. 420 moves in with the $5 super chat, says thank you. Hey, no thank you, sir. I appreciate the super chat. From now on, anybody that super chats are getting yelled at like that. If you have 2 lights and one does 18 and the other does 12, will I help the simulation of the day? No, don't try and overthink things. Remember to simplify everything. Just keep them on the same schedule. Grow Boss Army. Does really matter what brand of diatomaceous earth? No, not at all. Not at all. What does 8 milliliters of sweet turn out to be in ppms? Having trouble with my meter. So 8 milliliters in 1 gallon of water. Is that what we're talking about? Like 220. If it's you're talking about in 1 gallon. What kind of cutting device do you use to chop the ladies down? I actually use 10 snips or a sawzall, depending on how long. Like if it's a mother, I use a sawzall. If it's, smaller, like plants in the 2x4, I use just a pair of dikes. And if it's plants for like the 5x5, the 8x4, or anything like that, I use a pair of 10 snips and crush them. But the big mothers, I use a sawzall. What kind of grinder do I have? I have a welcome to the grow tent grinder. That's what kind of that's what kind of grinder I got right there, baby. And it smells fabulous. I'm close to Illinois. Is 7 days too long to water again? Just water the pot. I'm just waiting on the pot to get light. No, if whenever I start, like if I'm going to grow autos, because people request for me to grow freaking autos all the time because I know I hate them, so that it's funny when they send them to me. I will water it, put a exotic bird food pellet in like a 7-gallon pot. I will water it till runoff, then I won't water it again for like 25 days. So 7 is nothing. Do you use your stems for anything? No. So why can some content creators show their plants and some can't? Why is that? It has to do with the algorithm. So what you have to realize is most of the YouTube, like, what do you call it? Banhammer or shadow ban police is actually done by an AI. It is done by a computer, an AI computer, and it is based off recognizing certain things that people are doing on their channel. And once you get on that AI computer's radar, then you can't get off of it. So once you get on that AI computer's radar, you're fucking on it. And if you show your plants, they will turn off your subs, they will turn off your views. And if you know anything about views and subs, those are the lifeblood of a channel. That is what potential sponsors are looking for whenever they decide if they are going to sponsor a channel. They are trying to decide whether They want to pay you money. They base how much they pay you. The offer you kind of get is all based on the amount of views that your channel is getting. Well, if the AI, every time they see a plant, they turn off your views and subs, you can't get any new sponsors. And there's some people that are okay with that. You know, I guess they're not trying to do this for a living or whatever, and they don't care, but you will see their views unless their channel's big enough. Like if you go to like Mr. Canucks or even Seed to Stone is starting to drop videos again, their views are pretty regular because their channels are so big that their audience is so big that it doesn't really matter. But if you have a smaller channel, like mine's not small, but it's not gigantic either, and you turn off those views and stuff, and your channel stops growing, then it will start falling. So that's kind of the end of story. But if you look at people like like Bill Ward or anybody, they still show their plants. But if you look at their daily subscribers or monthly subscribers, they're downtrend. Or like Pigeons, look at Pigeon's channel. He's got 80,000 subscribers, 90,000 subscribers, but his subscribers are like 3 to 4 a day, whereas mine are 100 to 50 to 200 a day sometimes. And it's since I stopped showing my plants a month and a half ago, the views on the channel have gone up 138%. And my subscribers were going down to like 30 a day, and now they're back up to like 150 a day. So I know I had a super chat. Moves combos. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated. Have you seen Nectar? Is it For the Gods? I thought it was Of the Gods. Maybe it's For the Gods. I don't know. I know it's in one of my local hydro stores. And why the dang heck is it such a complicated routine? Because the more complicated they keep it, the more the product you got to buy. That's why. And they can all be complicated. If you look at like General Hydroponics, they got your base 3, but then they got another freaking 12 below it that you can add to it. Oh, I want to give a big shout out to anybody from Mississippi went legal today, at least medically legal, and they did not want to. They passed that 3 years ago overwhelmingly by the voters. This is the only time we talk politics is when it has to do with cannabis. The voters overwhelmingly passed it. The politicians did not want it to go through, especially the governor, and they actually had to take it to the Supreme Court, and they got it through today. They signed it into law. Congratulations, Mississippi. You are now medically legal, and very, very happy. I never thought I'd see the day. Now if we can get like Georgia on there, that'd be great too. We should go fund GT a kick-ass rosin press. Hey man, I would not be upset about it, but you got to remember, I do not like concentrates that much because I have pretty bad anxiety, which is weird for somebody that hangs out on a YouTube channel a day. Why did my camera get so dark here? What's going on, camera? Come on, focus. Bring the light back. There we go. That's better. It's weird that worked. I do not, concentrates like really make me sweat really bad. And the 2 times I've tried, I've only done them twice, and the 2 times I've done them, I sweat real bad. And then whenever I start sweating, it like starts amping my anxiety up because I'm like, I'm getting hot, I'm sweating, problem, and then my anxiety takes over and makes it not fun for me. Whereas with flower, I can control it, how much I'm getting, and then I get to grow my own and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, GB is funny as hell. What's up, chat? What's up, GT? What up, Grow Papa? Dude, I'm so itchy. So itchy. Hey, due to what's going on, what's your timeline? How long do your girls actually take? How long the girls actually take depends on the size of the tent I'm growing in and the number of plants that I have in those tents. So if I have 5 plants in a 2x4, they get 4 weeks of seedling because they're photo periods, so they always get that. And whenever I'm growing from seed, then they're going to get 2 to 2.5 weeks of veg because I don't veg very long because I got a limited space in that 2x4. And then I flip them to flower and they got 8 weeks and then they're done. Now, if I have 5 plants in a 5x5, that is going to be a 5-ish to 6-week veg. And then I'm going to flip them to flower. And then they got, well, they have the 4-week seedlings. Then they got a 5 to 6-week veg, depending on the strain. And then they're going to have an 8-week flower. If I have 3 plants in a 4x8, that's probably like a 12-week veg. Anything worth watching on Netflix? I really like Peaky Blinders. It's probably my favorite Netflix show. What else I like? I was just watching something on Netflix. I can't fucking remember now. Let's bring it up on the right side and see what we got. What we got here? Meat Eaters on there. I like watching that show. Cobra Kai's on there. Ozark, just new season just dropped not too long ago. That's My Boy. I know a lot of people don't like that Adam Sandler movie, but I love it. The Last Samurai is on there. I'll be watching that later tonight. Narcos, Mexico, and the original. Fantastic. I like Paradise PD. It's cartoon, but hey, whatever. I do watch Big Mouth and Disenchanted. I really like The Last Kingdom. There you go. And if you're into Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, those are all fantastic. 192 people in here, 196 people in here. If you could hit that thumbs up button for GT, would sure appreciate it. So does that mean Mississippi can smoke legally? No, you're medically legal now. You're not recreational legal. So to smoke, you're going to have to go get a medical card. And are trim bags good? Yeah, they work fantastically. How much water do a 1-gallon pot hold? It's a good question, Daryl, and I'm going to tell you, like everything, I know everybody's like, why can't you just give me a straight answer? Because it all varies. Whenever you were first watering a plant, like you just took a plant out of a solo cup and put it into 1 gallon, it's not going to take as much water as whenever you've had that plant in there for a few weeks and that root mass has really developed in there. Whenever you've got a new plant in there, when it's just a bunch of soil, they only take about a fourth to a little over a fourth of a gallon to completely saturate it. Now you take that same plant and you've had it in there for a few weeks, it's not going to take half a gallon of water, because if you water it slow enough and correctly enough and it's dry enough, it's going to take about half a gallon of water to water it to the right amount of runoff. Peaky Blinders is one of my favorite shows. This is Pipeless Tobacco Smoke YouTube, and there's nothing you need to see here. I got to keep everything off screen. Succession, I have not watched that yet. Watching from my grow in VA. Yeah, I was super happy. VA's got some great laws. What node do you think is the best node to top first? The top one. What are your recommendations for strains to grow outside? White Widow is my favorite strain to grow outside. White Meadow is my favorite strain to grow inside, except for my own, which is BFG. White Widow, Northern Lights, Blue Dream, they are all fantastic for outside, because what you're looking for mainly, which this is not what a lot of people look for, what you're looking for mainly is a strain that is extremely mold and mildew resistant when you are growing outside, especially if you're growing in some place that gets a lot of rain towards the end of the year, so you can keep that plant healthy. And what you don't want is bud rot and mildew ruining half of your grow. The Witcher. Oh, how did I forget The Witcher? I love The Witcher. Tiger King. Yeah, they got a bunch of Tiger King stuff now. I really do like the Tiger King. Man, you just skip my question. Hey, man, my fucking chat jumps up and down. Let's see if I can find it. I don't even remember who asked it now. Do you ever plan to grow professionally or just for personal use? I've had a few offers for me to go and run people's facilities, but they were all involved me moving, and I don't want to move. Somebody local to me. What I would like is for somebody to make me a partner in like their grow locally and have me come in and run their grow for them and make me a partner. I don't want to be an employee that's just like the head gardener in the place. I want to be a partner of some place. And or if they paid me like extremely well, I could come in and be an employee, but I ain't trying to come in and just be, try and pay me fucking basic amount of money to make you millions. Last Kingdom was brutal. Dude, I fucking love Last Kingdom. Narcos. Both Narcos and Narcos Mexico are fantastic. That's My Boy is so underrated. Man, okay, so Yo Mama, let's find your question. Hi, if my plant, a photo is showing its sex, does that mean it's flowering or just mature? It just means it's mature. It's under 18.6. So if your plant is at the stem V's where like the leaves and stuff come out and the new branches come out, if they are popping their little lady parts, or they shouldn't be popping their balls, but if they're popping just the two little white hairs right there in those V's, it's just showing you its sex, that it is female. If you are talking about actually on the bud sites and you have white hairs coming out, well, then you probably have an auto flower if you're still under 18.6. So it depends on where you're talking about. So sorry I skipped your question. My apologies, good sir. What about is F for Family? That's Bill Burr's show. He's a comedian, and it's like a cartoon version of his life growing up. So it's like a family based in like I think the 70s. It's back then. My wife only wants PFG now. Ask me if I'm going to grow more. Yeah, dude. I tell you what, I go through PFG quite a lot. Like I can't show it, but I got a bag here that was a pound, and now there's just like a little bit left in the corner. But PFG is pretty much what I smoke now. I heard one of the exotic bird food strain hunters died. I did not hear that. Be nice if you can get a name of the weed to get on the streets. Matt Cowan. Skip mine too, Grotan. I know, guys, the chat F's me. And it switches from all chat or live chat to this freaking top chat. And every time it does it, it jumbles past a bunch of the questions. Like I can constantly switch it to the live chat and it will just for some reason flip back to the top chat. It's actually a big problem they have going on right now. So who was it again that I skipped? Matt Collins. All right, let's scroll up. And it's way easier to just ask the question again. I'm not going to get mad. What up, grow tent? I have a 4x2 tent with 3 plants and not sure when to flower. I know 50% canopy is ideal, but it's already there after a month. Then fucking flip it. Once you hit the 50%, flip it. Just like if I have 5 plants in a 2x4, I flip after like 2.5 weeks. Because once I pass my 50% and my plant doubles in the first 3 weeks of the stretch, that means it's filled out 100% of my canopy space. Don't overthink it. What up, Piff? Why is my hair so itchy? I got antlers. Like on Grandma's boy. GT, what up, Jay? You could change the game at any facility. Yeah, the problem is that most facilities, they don't really recognize value kind of like that. Whenever I told, like if I tell somebody, I was like, I can come in here and I can upgrade your output by 50% after looking at their plants. I'm like, I can increase your output by 50%, but I want to be paid accordingly for it, or I want to be a partner. Most of them are like, well, fuck you, man. We get anybody to grow this shit. Yeah, and you're leaving millions of dollars on the table. So good luck. You got to remember, a lot of those people, most of the people that own those kind of places, they're kind of like big money people that are new to the industry and they don't really understand. Like, what are you talking about? We got plants. And they don't get it. Where I'm like, you're not maximizing your space. You're not maximizing your time. You are wasting money. You are wasting electricity. You are wasting. You are costing yourself money on this end, and you're costing yourself money on this end. And you're like, why are we barely making a profit? Because you're fucking idiots. And whenever I tell you I can increase your product, your end yield, and I can shorten the time in it by 35%, and that way we can fit another grow in the year, and you don't see the value in that, and you want to pay somebody like a normal employee, they don't understand it. I tried to get a license and we didn't get it. It cost us $10,000 because it was a one-time fee with the application, and you didn't get it back if you didn't get your license approved. We didn't get our license approved, so they didn't pick our license. I had the building set up, I had everything set up, and we didn't get picked. Still annoyed by that. But, what are you going to do? Yeah. How cool is this? I just came in from snow plowing. Man, we got lucky this year. We had a couple of kids come by. They're like, hey, can we shovel your driveway for $25? And I was like, yeah, sure, dude. They shovel the driveway. They put like snow melt shit down on it and everything. And I just gave them $75. I was like, man, great job. You guys are awesome. I haven't seen kids out shoveling driveways in forever. Here's $75. Do you feed every time you water, or do you feed then do a plain pH watering extra? So I feed on a feed, water, feed schedule if I'm growing in cocoa, or if I'm growing in soil and transplanting correctly. I actually grow on a water, and I don't feed till like week 3 or week 4 flower because I'm transplanting constantly into new soil, so I don't ever feed. So I basically just give pH water and CalMag for most of their life. Getting black spot marks around the stems after de-leafing. What causes this issue? Is it the plant healing from where you de-leafed it? And my main question is, why are you de-leafing? 6 plants, 5 or 7 gallon pots. What size tent is needed? That's like an impossible question to ask. I mean, I can fit, well, for 5 or 7 gallon pots, you'd need at least a 5x5. But if you're new, don't get a tent that big. See, the fucking chat just went haywire on me again. On your guys' screen, like I have YouTube up over here, it looks like it's just going normal to you guys, where it's just like t. But on my main screen over here, that is not what the fuck is happening. Grandma's Boy is great. I love that movie. Hey, no problem, Matt. Can you speak on perpetual growing for the people's grow me? All right, this is going to be a long question or a long answer. So your basics, if you're just trying to do a basic perpetual grow, you're going to need 3 stations. You're going to need your seedling station, you're going to need your veg station, and you're going to need your flower station. And you're going to be able to harvest every other month as soon as you get your timing down. What's your timing? I don't fucking know, because I don't know you as a grower. I don't know how many plants you're going to run, and I don't know how long it takes you to get through veg. And if I don't know those answers, I cannot give you a timeline. Everybody wants a timeline. I can't give it to you because I don't know any of the answers to those questions. And even they're like, I'm going to grow with this many plants in this many pots. I don't know how fucking good of a grower you are and how fast you can get through veg. So I'm going to give you a very basic scenario of what you're going to need. So you're going to need your Mondi Dome station for your seeds or your clones. You're going to need a 2x4, which is 8 square feet. And then you're going to need a 4x4, which is double the size of that, which is 16 square feet. So every time you run through, you're going to start your seeds or clones. You're going to be in there for 4 weeks. Then you're going to move them over into the 2x4. As soon as you fill up your 2x4, not 50%, as soon as you fill up your 2x4, 100%. Because remember, we're trying to get to 50% of our flowering space. That is whenever what we're looking for. So since your 2x4 is 8 square feet and your 4x4 is 16 square feet, double, as soon as you fill up your 8 square feet from corner to corner to corner to corner, front to back, side to side, as soon as you fill that up 100%, you take that 100% in 8 square feet and you put it in a 16 square feet. What have you got? You've now hit 50% of your flower space. Now that your flower space is at 50% canopy, you spread your plants out, you up pot them, and you put on your scrog net and you flip them to flower. And then you start the process over again because it's going to take 8 weeks of flower. You got 4 weeks in your Mondi Dome. You're going to have hopefully only have 4 weeks in your veg tent. And then if you only got 4 weeks in your veg tent, you're done right in time for your flowers to come out. And as soon as your flowers come out, those plants go right in there. And that's your 8 weeks. And then you start all over again and you never slow down. You got to harvest every other month with 3 stations, minimal cost, perpetual grow. That's actually a fucking video, and I just gave the whole fucking video away. Can you overdo CalMag? You can fucking overdo anything. Because I'm going to say no, and then somebody's like, "Oh, I poured the whole bottle in a single 1 gallon pot." GT said I can't overdo it. When topping a plant, are we supposed to top the higher most canopy? Also, you should have been here for earlier because I did a great demonstration on it. Yes. You top the top part of the plant so the bottom part of the plant can catch up, and then everything is even. Once everything is even, then you top the whole plant straight across. Once you top the whole plant straight across, it gets wider, faster, shortening your veg. Preach it, GT. I'm getting into the market myself in VA, but they only going to release 400 commercial licenses. They only did fucking 60 in my state. Hi, GT and chat. Hope everyone's good. We are, man. Thanks, FR. I appreciate that. GT, have you tried 6.2 light cycle on autos? No, don't fucking overcomplicate the wheel. Look at fucking Bill Ward. Bill Ward is the best autoflower grower on YouTube. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. There is nobody on YouTube that grows autoflowers better than Bill Ward. If you haven't checked out his channel, go see it. Tell him GT sent you. I'm telling you, if you are an autoflower fan, you can come here for the photos. Real recognizes real. If you were looking for the best autoflower grower on YouTube, Bill Ward is as good as it gets. End of story. No one else is even close to what that dude can do with autoflowers. Go check him out. Don't overcome that dude. That dude leaves the light on 24 hours a day. He don't ever give him a night cycle. No 6 on, 2 off, then 6 on and 2 off. None of the nonsense. Go check out Bill Ward's channel. You want to grow autos gigantically. What up, short dog? My queens have had cloudy trichomes for about 2 weeks. How long does it normally take an autoflower to show some amber? Trichomes, generally it's 2 to 3 weeks. Or does it actually does depend on hazards. So if you stunted the fucking shit out of them, they may never get amber trichomes. Can I only feed CalMag instead of fucking water? No. Just pouring CalMag in? Why would you ever do that? Mix it with water because you're only supposed to give. Can I only feed CalMag? Just pouring it in. You fucking trolled me and I fucking bit. How long after a film? Same time period, 7 days, 5 to 7 days. Usually I give them 7 if I can. You are definitely humming the 18 theme song all the fucking time. It's one of my tics. I will all Whenever I was a paramedic, people fucking hated it because they didn't think I was taking their life-threatening emergency fucking seriously. I'd be like starting IVs and shit, back of the ambulance all bouncing around, and I am fucking humming the 18 theme song. Whenever I am concentrating on something or thinking about something, my brain processes it while I am humming the fucking 18 theme song my entire life. People are like, this motherfucker's back here. I'm having heart pains, and this motherfucker's back here in the back of the. I used to get complaints on it. This motherfucker's back here humming the 18 theme song. I'm like, hey, you still alive, ain't you, motherfucker? I didn't really say that, but I fucking thought it. Bill is the OG. Ward is the man. Exactly. Laugh aloud. The Matrix just opened up. I discovered Bill yesterday. I talk about Bill Ward all the time. He is a fantastic grower. What ppm do you like to feed to? Well, it's going to depend on the size of my plants. If regular size plants, I don't really like going over 500 or 600s. My gigantic mothers that I have 3 mothers that fill up an entire 4x8, and they are all the way to the fucking ceiling because they are in flower right now because I'm doing some crazy shit with them. Those I feed around 900 to 1100 because they are really, really big plants. When I say really big plants, it's not the same as what you're thinking really big plants are. I am 6'2", and I cannot put my arms around half the plant if I go like this. And they are as tall as me indoors, and I cannot bear hug half the plant. That is a big plant to me, and I'm only feeding them 900. Stick with 500 for whatever you have in your garden. Just been in my tent 3 times in 10 minutes. No, leave them alone. Focus. Calm down. Relax. Get the fuck out of the tent. Who do you recommend for outdoor growing? Nobody is better at outdoor growing than the Bushmaster. He has the best looking plants for outdoors on the planet, and he grows in the fucking desert. I hum the Smurfs. I guess it could be wrong. I could be humming the fucking Smurfs. I think that's the Smurfs. Again, Bill Ward, agree. Bill Ward is the man. Again, great show tonight. I've got to do a live. Keep up the great work, GT. Love to have you on the Daily Green podcast sometime. Solid dude. Hey, man, just send me an email, buddy. I do all kinds of people's shows. I love talking about this plant. It's one of my favorite things to do all day. Love it when a plan comes together. Do you suggest lowering the LEDs light as close as you can? Fucking no. And using the dimmer? No, I suggest keeping it at the top of the tent and using the dimmer. Sanford and Son here as well. What's a good website to purchase exotic bird food at a good time? Probably Seed. Fuck, I can't say. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble for saying Seed BANKSs. Just type ILGM. Try there. Thanks, GT. You're the real deal, bro. Hey, no problem, buddy. Do you have a favorite thing to feed your snakes? Yeah, they all eat rats. Live rats. It's not very fun sounding, but that's what they like. Can you lollipop when putting into flower side of perpetual and use those as clones? No, because you don't ever want to handicap yourself. Clones come off the top of your plants, not the bottom. GT, you were so awesome. Thanks for the vibe and the confidence you give us. Hey, Sensei, no problem, buddy. Corey says, smash that like button. Thanks, man. GT, why do you switch from aeroponics to soil when you get faster results if you just had a bigger system instead of going soil? Absolutely, I will. But you got to remember this channel is based on beginner growers, and beginner growers do not grow in hydro. At least they shouldn't, because if you fuck up, everything dies. And that's how I base the channel. The channel is based for new growers. People want more advanced grow information, they can just email me. But the channel is based around new growers, because generally once people become really good at it, they stop watching YouTube videos for help. GT have the best feeding routine. Yeah, don't fucking do it. 100. When do you start checking how hard the buds are? I actually don't whenever they are still growing, because they're mainly filled with water and that kind of stuff. I can see the denseness just on how they're filling in and filling out. I don't ever want to squeeze them while they're growing. You ruin all the trichomes and stuff on there. I try not to touch the buds at all while they're growing. I actually don't start checking them until they are towards the end of cure. If you're not killing your shit, when would you normally move to solo cups? Me or you guys? Generally, I am out of the cubes from seed in about 2.5 weeks. I am moved into solo cups because I don't like watering how often you got to water in the cubes whenever they're getting big. Where is the Bushmaster? He is in Las Vegas. So about 2.5 weeks, I move them into solo cups. But when you need to, how you know you need to move in solo cups, if you were in the cubes and you have roots out of all 4 sides and the bottom, that's when you move to solo cups. And not just a little touch, when you got some actual roots. Cheers for all the grow lessons and the simplified process. Respect GT. No problem, man. I get a great core workout while I'm here too, because I constantly spin my fucking chair back and forth. Because I have ADHD and it's extremely hard for me to sit still very long. So they're constantly just back and fucking forth. You guys got to be fucking dizzy watching me sit here. I pity the fool. Hey, what up, Great Frog? Mendo Brothers is dope. All the banks are expensive, man. That's just part of it if you're going to buy your own stuff. Just transplanted into 80-gallon pure perlite and only watering with CalMag. I can tell that you hate having to follow the YouTube rules. Like, it kills you not to be able to talk about everything you want to talk about. It fucking drives me insane. Because back when like the pandemic started, you could pretty much kind of talk about whatever you want. It was way better in 2018 before all the channels got deleted. You could just talk about smoke, whatever you wanted, and then it drives me crazy having to censor myself and the kind of stuff I say on my videos and what I show. I'm just hoping one day, I'm just trying to ride it out long enough where they don't delete my fucking channel. And I'm trying to ride it out long enough where it becomes federally legal and they can lift all this shit and I can talk about and show what I want. I'm just trying to get there. You know, when I just want to get the fucking channel to 100,000 subs. I want my fucking play button. I just don't want my shit to get deleted. I want the channel to keep growing because I want to be able to do this for a living and just make YouTube content and grow plants and snakes in my basement. Hey, no problem. Great. When do I begin training? 3 weeks. I begin mine 3 weeks from seed. Just moved to solos from the gallons. I've actually got a great video called "When to Start Topping C Word." It's not really the C word, but you know what I mean. Just starting to grow. Got some seeds from a seed blank, and they are tiny as hell. That's okay. They also don't sink when they germinate. So if you're going to do that water method and you put the seeds in the water, they're going to float for around 48 hours. Take them, and then if they're still floating after 48 hours, use your finger to dunk them down. They should fall to the bottom. And if that doesn't work, you can throw them in a paper towel. I don't do any of that shit. I just put them in the cube, water them. I got a great video on germination. You should check it out. I don't do any of that other stuff. I'm already dizzy. I fucking get so sick of seeing myself bounce back and forth in this fucking chair. I'm going to get demonetized just for cussing too much on this. Still waiting for that gamer tag, GT. Fuck. Yeah, just if you go back and watch one of my videos, turn up, you can go to my YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel, I think it's GT Gaming, and on YouTube, and just play one of my lives, and then turn the clarity or whatever that is, the graphics up to like 1080p or 720, whatever the fuck it is. Damn it, I keep cussing now. And write it down. It'll say it up in the corner. It's like LIGHT 26 #26, and then it's like 6 other numbers. Can you run a photo period 20 on and 4 off? I mean, you probably could, but you're going to be hurting it actually because they really like their nighttime. So I didn't see any videos regarding not transplanting autos until after I had seedlings in clear solo cups. I transplant my autos all the time. I don't keep them in the solos very long because you will stunt them if you keep them in there too long. Generally, I start my autos in the pot I'm going to finish them in. But if you are a new grower, just transplant them so you get used to transplanting. Your first runs will not be as big yielding as you want, but autos never are anyway. Hope you get that play button, dude. Man, I do too. The channel was growing so fast, man. Like it was getting 300 subs a day. And then in December of 2020 is whenever they started really hammering us with the censorship and the shadow bans. And it went from 300 a day to like 100 a day. So it cut the growth rate in half. Otherwise, as of like last month, on the previous growth rate, we would have been at 100,000 already. And now 100,000 is like a year away still. She comes up when I Google how to feed. No, not the actual C word. Don't type in C word. Type in the C word that I can't say on YouTube. It starts with canna and ends with something else. Don't type in fucking C word. It's a word that starts with C, which this channel is about, that I can't freaking say on the channel about the exact plant we're talking about. That is the kind of fucking dance I'm having to do on this channel. It's like stay monetized. John Thomasberg, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you trim cut bottom roots before myco and transplant? I actually do. If so, why? See peeps doing this and not sure the logic behind it. Because these plants, whatever is good for the top and works for the top also works for the bottom, because these plants are mirrors of each other. So if you top, the plant divides its energy and splits into more. If you bottom the bottom, the exact same thing happens. You cut off the bottom, the growth hormone redistributes back up the roots. They grow more roots. The bigger they get, the bigger the top of the plant gets. Anytime you can get more roots, the plant matches it because they're mirrors. So whatever the bottom is doing, the top is doing. Just like if you overwater the plant, the root hairs die. The roots get waterlogged. They die. They don't branch out. The same thing happens at the top, and you grow a fucking palm tree instead of a bush. So whatever you do, whatever the bottom's doing, the top's doing. Whatever is good for the top is good for the bottom. As above, so below. What up, short dog? What are a couple examples of cheese strains? Man, I can't give you, I think beer and cheese or something. I don't know. I don't like the cheese strains. I've smelled it one time, and I smelled and smoked it one time. Was not a fan. Hey, fam, heading to work again. Have fun out there, dude. I have not left the house in like 2.5 days. What up, 420? What's up, buddy? I guess they have not given your Instagram account back. What's going on, man? I still haven't seen you on Instagram. I'm late. What I missed? Nothing. Just me sitting here being an idiot. Why my fan leaves not growing big. Now 3 weeks in veg. Depends on you. I know you like cheese strains. I am not a fan, man. I am not a cheese strain fan. I thought I heard the plow outside. I think it's just my kids making a bunch of noise downstairs. It's fucking 11. Why are they still up? Oh, fuck. Can't wait to see me down in the tents again. Head over to my Instagram, man. I post pictures on my Instagram of me in the tents all the time. Or join the Patreon. I still put videos up in the tents there all the time. Bam, bam! With the $5 super chat. Hit the like button since this Jedi will save you money in growing endeavors. Get him 100,000 subs ASAP, man. That'd be fucking fantastic. That's the goal. Thank you for the $5 super chat. GT's gay. He doesn't like cheese strains. Man, it's just not my thing. I'm just not into the cheese strains. I can't get into them, man. Maybe if I tried a better one, I don't know. It's just not my thing. I like my diesely gas strains. I like my PFG. It smells like grape soda. All right. Cheese ain't my favorite either. So we doing a podcast or what, bro? Yeah, man, I fucking haven't been able to get a hold of you because of you've been gone off Instagram. It's like the only way I could get a hold of you. We still need to. I've been so busy with my fucking regular job. It's been crazy. Mm-hmm. Grape. You never had my cheese strains, though. I'll just tell you, it's something you like COVID OG or something. Well, man, when we ever get going out fishing, ripping some lips, you have to bring some with you. Yeah, I had people in here asking cheese strains about which, and couldn't tell them, so because I didn't know. 420 scene. What's some of your favorite cheese strains? They want to know. Cheese strains are better than gelato, which a friend describes as tasting like beef. What's your all-time favorite strain, GT? Purple Frost Giant. Smells like grape soda. Plus, I made it, so. Gassy and earthy with a pinch of sweetness. Square grouper. I've been waiting on that collab 420 scene and GT for the win. We will go fishing. We're going on a road trip. My favorite is blue cheese. I like blue cheese on my salad and on my steak. I'm smoking Samoa cookies right now. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Running ILGM blue cheese now. Nice. Dark, gassy cushion diesel. Dude, I fucking love my diesel shit. I want to open the tent and feel like I get fucking punched right in the face with like somebody spilled 10 gallons of diesel fuel and there's 10 skunks in running around in that tent having an orgy. That's what I want to smell every time I open my tent. Put your face into a bag of that, fucking life-changing experience. Grouper is amazing. I fucking love grouper. I like grouper. I like bass. I like salmon. I like tuna. I like lobster. I like shrimp. I like crab. I'm a big seafood guy. By seafood, I eat it. Ew, blue cheese and steak is ass. How dare you, sir? That is blasphemy. Uh-oh. I hear my kids going fucking crazy downstairs. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes, and I hear the kids going fucking crazy downstairs. So thank you all for hanging out with me. GT, you should go fishing with me in Florida in April. That sounds fucking fantastic. Last time I was fishing in Florida, I was in Destin, not this year, but the year before. So we had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys later. Watch for the video drops this weekend. 420 scene. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Much love. I'll see you guys next time. GT out.